Welcome back to part number 13 of my Imperator Rome playthrough as Rome. We have just finished our second war with Carthage. I bought a bunch of mercs, and he was not nearly as feisty the second time around as he was the first, or the second. Actually, this is the third war. We had one for Sardinia and Sicily, the second one for North Africa, and the third one here for this lot here. We have a lot of client states. The stated goal of this series, it's still valid, is trying for a world conquest without the imperial conquest or militant Epicureanism technologies. So it may look like we've made a lot of headway, and we have, but there's quite a ways to go, and there's quite a few significant roadblocks on the way there, as we'll not be able to chain war any given warring target. You can declare at a truce if you have a militant Epicureanism and just desecrate some holy sites, and then declare another war, desecrate more holy sites to maintain stability. We're not going to be able to do that. The imperial conquest would allow us to take out this entire, say, Seleucid Empire in one war. We can't do that either. So it's going to be slower in the end game, at least in theory, unless we can work out some sort of client-state annex mechanism to where we can create a client state and then annex this and carry on ourselves. I'm not exactly sure how it's going to work, but I'm going to try to maneuver it so it will. I don't know how successful I'll be. Along those lines, I have quite a few client states, and they're all in the process of integrating. Let's see. There's one here. I can't even start his integration yet. Antipolis, we're integrating on 5/16, so 4 years out. Paredes, I can't start their integration either until 5/13. Tarsatica, annexing 5/16, 4 years out. I have a claim against Bohemia, and I was thinking of attacking him in the downtime while we burn down this aggressive expansion we took from the Carthaginian War. We can annex him to our new vassal, Imperator, and let Tarsatica integrate. I was thinking we have a pretty large claim in Vocantia, in the province of Vocantia. We could take that for ourselves. And then there's Rutinia and what's left of the Vocantian tribe. We could annex that to Antipolis for no aggressive expansion. Something to keep ourselves busy with, conquering territories and whatnot. I hired these mercs along those lines. We will begin to reorganize. These mercs really should be more than enough for just Vocantia and Rutinia, and then we can evacuate them or hire new ones here for the Bohemian effort. I may, after I do this and then Bohemia, I think I will sail off to Scythia. I think there are a couple of fat mercs here, and there's one here, probably another one around here. We'll use the former Bosporan city merc count, they're large, to take over Scythia while we're there. We're adjacent. We're going to colonize, probably should clear up this border gore at some point. In between episodes, I further consolidated my pops into these cities. They're all very near a maximum except for Clusium. There are some vacancies here, maybe 50 pops or whatnot between the entirety of the capital province. But we'll sort that out as money becomes available, and that happens really quick. But for now, we'll go up on a war with Vocantia. They want us to declare war on Egypt. It's a bad idea. Really not such a bad idea, but the show superiority war goal is a very bad idea. We just gave Alpius here a job as a governor. Apparently he was very grateful. Collected these mercs. We're going to sail right up this river and attack Vocantia. We have arrived, and the war should still be actionable. It is. Boom. Let's see, we'll get force marching on our way here. We'll force march there, and we'll force march here as well. We'll stick around here, take this capital territory. We'll send our fat stack here. And we'll send you here. Maybe here is even better. And we'll go, where will we go? Let's go here to the Rutenian capital. Looks like we are about to engage a fairly sizable stack, but I don't think they have the mill tech. They don't. It's a slaughter. Let's force march up here. Onward to glory. Let's assault that. We'll assault the Volcantian capital as well. A double thump. Let's head right up here. I think they're going to end up on this provincial capital. Hopefully we stack wipe them with this full strength merc. We've occupied this area here as well. Let's head up there. If not here, then it must be there. Yep. It's got to be over for them. It's over. And it's over again. We didn't fully stack wipe this guy, but we'll catch him again shortly, I'm sure. Let's go ahead and assault that as well here. Womp. This guy's going to bounce right here. We're going to pick him up with Vibius here. Let's see, I think we can assault that as well. Oh. Let's head up there. I wonder if we could we're not going to assault that. We don't have the numbers, right? Suppose it's possible. We'll wait. Oh. I think this group here, it's over for them as well. Got him again. And last assault and out. Boom. That's the end of that. That was quick war. I think that's everyone, right? Just the two of them, yep. So, let's see. We have a claim where? We have a... Yikes. We claimed this territory. How can we have a claim there, but we can't take anything? Oh, because of this strange coastal... Okay, so... Well, I don't really care whether I get the territory proper or not. We're going to give it all to our vassal and not worry about it. So that should do it. We can take that, and what is that? Okay, so that all goes to Antipolis. We have 38.89. It should stay there. We took something inadvertently. Alright, it looks like that bug has not gone. I'm going to start to sell off these territories to our client state. I deducted the AE. We'll just sell these off. It'll be the same. So let's let these mercs go. We'll let you go as well. When do you annex now? Let's hire some mercs here. We'll get them reorganizing and headed up this way. We have a fairly potent merc there. We'll have him as well. Let's see. We'll go with that. Let's see if we can find another. There must be one about here somewhere. 8,000, 1,085. There's some chariots here. They don't really have to be heavy infantry, which we're theoretically bonused in. I don't want to move this guy all the way up there. I don't think it's that big a deal. Let's just hire this guy here. Send him up. And close this war out quickly. It's just a small tribe. These mercs, 3 of them. We'll assault that fort. This fort, the other one will go on rundown detail, and that'll be about the size of that. Our fleet can't get anywhere near there. We don't care. Let's immediately head over to the Bosporan Sea here and see what we find. I'll grab a couple of ships on the way. Looks like our vassal is now integrating 528, so some ways out, but not too terribly far. How about, yeah, same. And our mercs are in place. I think we can declare this war right now. Let's do it. This is going to be a slaughter. There's really nothing to see. Let's force march up here. We'll force march up here. And we'll force march up here. Let's assault that. We drop that siege. Let's head here. We've occupied that. And let's go here. We've taken this capital out. Let's force march up here. Claim is hit against Lobotania. There's quite a crowd there. I don't want to annex anymore to Dianum, so we're done with Iberia for a while. And let's assault here. Womp. That should work. We'll occupy that and close this out. Mosalamia has integrated. We'll take these guys just because. Why not? So there we have that. So we should have another slot available for a client state if we wanted to make one. We could make one, huh? Right here. That was as per plan. And then we could annex this internal lot here, this whole, let's see, Turdulia, Bardulia, this tribe right there, this tribe here as well, and Garmania, as well as the primary Lobotania. That's quite a swath of territory, really. Well, why not do it? Why not? Let's see why. Why? Because we were going to create a client state here and attack Scythia and annex it. So there is one tribal here, so we need 2 Romans, or more. Actually, we need more Romans to colonize, but in theory there are already some here because we paid that fee, and we don't have to manually, endlessly click to colonize using the console. So I need to get some Romans up here to make this a Roman Hellenic city-state, and then pay the 25 fee at console, and then we can release this as a client state and have it annex much of Scythia. I'm going to do that right now. So there it is. I paid the 25 fee to annex this, and we'll move the Romans in. And that should be Roman and, of course, Hellenic. It is. Let's see which province it is. It's Sarmatia Superioris. We can now release that as a client state. There it is there. We can't do it. Needs to be at peace, I see. Well, we soon will be. There we go. So I can transfer these occupancies to Peretis and peace out. We should end up with 34.0. What is that? Oh! We didn't do it though, did we? We did. We need to redo that. I think I hit some other button other than cancel. I think I've been playing this game all day long and I think I'm fatigued. So, what to do, I don't know. That's why I completely and utterly and wholly refuse to play Iron Man, because it would just take forever. I don't want to be worried about misclicks. I'm not worried about misclicks. I did not save this thing. I think the last save is 5:13:4. Well, alright, so I reorchestrated that war, and we can now close it out properly. Let's see here. It's the same thing happening. Oh, I see. I did not transfer that to Paretis. 1, 2, 3, 4. We should end up at 34.10 AE. We've done it. Let's let these mercs go. I think they're not really very close to much of anything, so we'll let them go. And we will form that client state, as I mentioned, Sarmatia Superioris, I believe the name was. There it is right there. That's the one. It'll work. So you will be a Roman Hellenic client state. Good for me. We only have the 3 pops in there, so we won't have to reintegrate many, like a whole province worth. In fact, we could recall it. We could anyway. We can wait for the month to tick over, and oh look, we've arrived here. Let's see if we can find ourselves a merc. He's got to be there. There he is. We'll take this guy off the enemy's hands, so if nothing else, they don't get him. We're going to go until the end of the month, so this our new client state will participate in the war against Scythia, but I think we're going to need more than that to even get loaded and over here to get that other merc. We're on board. Let's move it out. There's another fat stack, 16k. Let's get him on board. There must be another one about. We're going to have to sail up this river to de-exile here. Is there another merc about? That's the question. There must be another one somewhere. I'm going to find it. I think there's one here. You know, I bet there are some over here as well. We're just going to sail over here and see. There must be some along this coast. There's a merc right here. I'll take him. Let's march right up here. De-exile. We'll get our fleet up here as well. Alright, let's get de-exile here. Alright, these guys need the morale up, and we're taking attrition damage, but we have that wonder that allows us to repair at sea, so we don't care. I'm looking to integrate this vassal here. Let's see, we need to improve opinion again, maybe. There it is, we crossed 190. Let's start the integration. It goes through 532. Yeah, I got some sleep. I woke up the next day, noted that I had a large gold hoard, and went over here, took a look at these various territories, and found that there were a lot of Romans and other sorts mulling about in the fields that were not in our cities, aka the city capacities were not maxed out. So I shuffled a few pops about as efficiently as I could, and made these ratios predominantly Roman finally. Moved some Sabellians here, some Messanians there, some Brutians into this territory as well to inhabit these cities that are now fully Roman. And they should assimilate quicker that way. This one is not quite as... there's a lot of Sabellians in there. There's essentially no Sabellian slaves, but all of these guys are Sabellians, so there's nothing really that can be done with this one. All the others are essentially Roman majority. Did a little building here. And now back to the war. I've never been quite as distant from the Italic levy as I am here. It takes quite some doing to sail around here and then down here and then up there and then across here and then here. It's not quite as close as any of these areas even here that we've been dealing with. So luckily we have some large merc stacks here, and Scythia's tribal with a 0 mil tax, so we should be all right. But it may take a little longer than I'd like, but then again we have some AE to burn down as well. I could in theory action the capital levy here and have it force march up through here and then here and here, and by the time any of that got done, I'm pretty sure the war would be over. It looks like there's a Scythian tier 1 fort there, tier 1 fort there, level 2 fort there, level 1 fort. I was thinking on the merits of declaring this war immediately and taking the larger stack merc and heading over to assault that level 2 fort. Let's do that right now. Okay, so will this new vassal participate in the war? He should. They'll not, because the month is not rolled over. This guy will, for whatever reason. So while I wait, let's get the larger merc stack, or the infantry heavy, archer heavy merc stack onto the fleet. We'll leave this merc here, this merc here as well. Let's sail toward this level 2 and level 1 fort. The month has rolled over and our allies' vassals should participate. They are. Corulin is right there. Let's do it. So we'll call up a levy here and have it force march into this capital. We can call up another levy, perhaps. Is it a different? We can call up one here and have it forced march into this capital, leaving you free to force march here. And our larger stack, where will he go? There's a fort right there. That's where we're gonna go. Looks like we've caught the second levy of Sarmatia Europa out. And we'll catch this tiny levy here out as well. Didn't stack wipe them, oddly enough. Got this guy. Must have been, the levy must have encountered this. The two levies must have, yeah, they did, yeah. Looks like we found another army here, the 5th levy of Torica and the 4th. We should march right over them, really. Looks like our ally or new vassal is going to occupy this, so we can force march here and then redeploy this merc. Will force march all the way up to the Scythian capital. Let's go ahead here and assault that fort. It worked. That means we can send this levy down here. Maybe have this merc here proceed forward. A victory. We have arrived at the former Bosporan capital. Let's force march here. We have arrived. Let's assault immediately. This is the battlefield as it sits right now. That siege fell. Let's head here. Something about a war. Where is that? There's a war somewhere. Where is that? It's here. They're revolting. Luckily, we happen to have our Italic levy that has not been actioned or is not traipsing off into the wilderness. Who can deal with that? Let's force march up there and take his capital out. We can, in theory, let's wait on that action there. We can split again, and then deselect this one, merge, and we can force march here and send that smaller stack, if you can call it that, off here. Tarsatica has integrated. I don't know what that's going to do for that war. I wonder if we'll take AE for this war now. I'd imagine Tarsatica did not build any cities, although who knows? Who knows? Let's see. Oh, look at that. I think that was a legacy city before Tarsatica took it, but we may as well build. Let's see what's up there. Druids. We'll build a couple of whatnots. Theater and a temple, definitely, and then we can destroy. Maybe we leave that fort. Or not. We've crossed this river. I'm going to send this fleet off here. And we can pick up this army. And then get it moving faster than not. Let's see what that fort is like. 400. We'll assault it as well. We've done it. Let's proceed here. Let's assault this fort and get this over with here. That way we won't be distracted from this activity here. The Scythia is... Oh... I don't know when he did that, but Sarmatica was just around just a minute ago, it seemed. Oh, well. Well, our vassal is small presently. I think it's going to get a lot larger. Well, this levy, I was going to move him up here. The truth of the matter is, this war is larger than I had realized. And maybe, who knows, maybe he can occupy something in a timely manner. We'll move that unit up here and see. It can't hurt unless Scythia somehow comes to reoccupy this. We've downed that siege here. This should be actionable now. I see, I see. We would have taken none. That was an interestingly timed revolt there, that's for sure. Luckily, our vassals have Hellenized, or our vassal has Hellenized this area due to the formulatic worship tech it inherited from us before we got here, which means that these areas are now loyal, and we don't have to worry about immediately evacuating these pops out because there's no need for it. They're loyal and happy. There are even a few Romans about, so why not move these Romans up to that new city that we found? We'll move these any and all Romans. All we need to do is get as many there as possible, and then we'll be able to establish a Roman majority sooner. That's it. So they're here now. Let's evacuate the pops from here up toward that city. There's a Roman there. 3 Romans. There's probably the ones I just moved. Well, 4 Romans is better than none. We'll go here. And then move them in that city here, right? Yep. What do we have there now? Let's see. Well, it's something. I bet there are a bunch of Romans here that can be moved to here, there, and then up there as well. Let's see exactly how many. Let's see here. There's a Roman. There's a fair clip in that city just mulling about. I'm sure that city must be Roman by now as well. There's another one there. Another 2 Romans there. So how many are there now? 6. That's a fair clip relative to the pop capacity or pop numbers here as well. It's something again. Let's do it. Just need to replace the... look at that. This area is not Roman either. I see. And here we go. Here we go. So we could move more Romans up here from here to replace the ones that were taken. The 3 Romans. I'm sure there's one right there. Let's see if we can get some Romans. More Roman. Uh-oh. This area has been evacuated essentially. At some point you have to just throw up your hands and say that it's not going to happen. So we'll just replace those pops with whomever. And this area is plus 0.09 tick up loyal. This area, what is the loyalty there? It's negative. So we need to get those 6 Romans, and then I'm going to put this down and get back on with the war. I diddled with this a bit more, and while there are many Norics there, there's not quite the predominance there once was. We have 12 Romans. On with the war. Looks like we caught that shattered army out. This must be a Merc. We'll take him. We've done it. Oh, let's hold here. We've landed this large Merc stack. Let's see where we can go. And get deep in there as quickly as possible. This area is, well, we'll go right here. This guy can hopefully take this lot out here. There's some question as to whether this siege falls, in theory at least. Let's see, we'll get these guys unforced marching. Yeah, what is that? This Merc has seen better days. Well, we'll get started on that siege anyway. Grab 6 stability here for 18 gold. We've arrived up there. Let's force march here. This unit has arrived in one of the provincial capitals, and these guys are wandering about in occupied territory. Have this large stack headed out here. A little diversion here to take care of this second levy of gold cheese, and it's over for them. There's a couple of levies bouncing around. This one's going to de-exile, but it looks like our vassal is headed in the opposite direction, I see. This small merc, will keep him up here to garrison this northern area. I don't know whether we want to proceed all the way down here or not. Well, there's one way to find out, I suppose. Let's see how much we can take out of them right now and how much it's going to cost. And there's some action left there, all right, that's for sure. Actually, we couldn't if we wanted to. We're already at 103. So let's call that off. I downed the siege. I assaulted it right here. So all of that should be actionable. So we'll take Torica for ourselves. Let's see where it is here. The rest, I think, goes to our vassal. Who knows? Maybe the vassal will improve these cities. This 97 war score looks like an equitable agreement. We took a couple of provinces or territories here to round out this province. We should end up with exactly 31.86 AE at the end of this. Let's see if we do. We've done it. So that went out through without a hitch. So I placed a very loyal governor into the Torica position, and the area is loyal, so there's no rush per se to get theaters and temples there, as it'll be a very small levy and or legion when that hits, as most of the other territory is either A, non-urban, or B, controlled by our new vassal, which is not going to be integrated. This can't even start until 523, and then it's large enough to where it will be some time after that. So there's no rush to blow money here on theaters, temples, etc. And we can save for a new Great Wonder, which should happen at a breakneck pace. That seems a decent enough time to end the episode. Let's see the status of this. I think we'll head back over this way. And we have that actionable 519, so 4 years out. We may as well take out something adjacent to, say, this client state, which is annexing 528. And you annex, you haven't even started yet. So we have a claim here we can attack, but then we'd have to take this land ourselves, and we have 2 cities here which we sort of want, and then the rest of this we don't really want much to do with. It would be much better under a vassal. We wouldn't take any AE, etc. So maybe we wait for Antipolis to annex, then we can release this as a client, or a client, this one territory, and have it annex these tribes and this distal aspect of Koniskia. So we'll rule that out. There's nothing here. Well, actually there is now. We could file a claim on, who are these guys? I say not particularly many. This lot here can be attacked or claimed. Why not drop a claim there? Let's do that. We make a bunch of PIs, so we're accumulating it quite quickly. We can annex these tribes to Peritis, who is annexing 532. So that claim won't get done, and this is a small activity. I don't really need to pay it much mind. What else do we have? We have, we could release this tiny little, as a client state, other than, well, we have one slot left, really, don't we? Because Tariskia, annexed or integrated, we could release this as a client state and then take out all of Serdia, who is allied with Scordesia, and have that client Hellenize this lot while we are busy doing whatever, and we wouldn't really have to deal with the loyalty crises, etc. Who knows, maybe it'll build a city or two there while we wait. That's one option. Another would be we could take ever more territory to Dionum by triggering this large league here. The only reason I would do that is to deny Carthage the territory. But Carthage, let's see, they're not doing anything, and we're going to attack them again in 519, so maybe we could leave that alone, and then maybe we annex something or other here from Carthage like this, and then we could release that as a client state or something. Hopefully we'll have some Romans in here from our theaters, temples, etc. That seems a more reasonable course. So I need to evacuate the fleet and get some mercs down here, disband our levies that are getting us some war exhaustion we don't want. When can we action this levy again? Fairly quickly. Do I wait around to pick up this merc? We have him. There are probably other mercs as good to be had in the area here. Yeah, just at first glance, there's a couple of 11k there, and there's this 8k here. A couple of smaller tribes. Let's not worry about it. So we will dismiss this merc. Dismiss this merc. And head back here. I want my law back that they made me change. The one pop to motion speed and noble happiness. Let's do that. And let's see if we can evacuate this province, unless it's already Roman. There's a Roman there. Let's move all the non-Romans out and see what happens. So there, we need one more Roman there, and we can release it as a client state. So we'll send this Roman up there, and then move him into that territory there, and release the province of Dindaria as a client state. There it is. Let's see what we have. We should have, of course, a Roman Hellenic, which I'm sure we do. Let's go ahead here and increase the relation here. That'll do it. That should end the episode. I hope to see you in the next one.